Tom lived in a quiet village at the foot of a great mountain, where the days passed gently and the air was always filled with the scent of wildflowers and the distant sound of birdsong. His days were filled with simple joys, gardening with his mother, planting seeds and watching them grow, chasing butterflies through the tall grass, and laughing as the sun warmed his face. Tom loved to marvel at nature's wonders, from the tiniest insects to the tallest trees, always curious and eager to explore the world around him. Each night, after the village had grown quiet, Tom would gaze out his bedroom window at the stars, naming each one and sharing his dreams and secrets with his favorite, the guiding star, a bright point that always shone above the mountain's peak. The guiding star was his secret friend, a beacon of hope in the night sky, and Tom felt comforted knowing it watched over him as he drifted to sleep. But one evening, as Tom looked up, he found the star missing, a dark emptiness where it once shone so brightly. Worry gripped him. The sky felt colder, the world less safe, and Tom's heart ached with the loss of his nightly companion. He searched for explanations, maybe clouds or a trick of the eye, but the sky was perfectly clear, and the other stars still twinkled in their places. The loss left Tom restless, questions swirling in his mind. Where could a star go? Do stars get lost, or do they simply fade away? He realized he couldn't just wait for its return, not when his heart longed for answers. Determined, Tom decided he must find his lost friend and restore its light to the sky, no matter how far he had to go or what he might face. He packed his resolve, along with a small backpack, ready to face whatever mystery awaited him beyond the safety of his home. The adventure to bring back the guiding star had begun, and Tom stepped into the cool night, his heart pounding with hope and fear. Tom's journey would take him beyond the familiar, into the unknown, where shadows danced and mysteries waited to be discovered. He would not rest until the night sky was whole again, and the guiding star shone once more above the mountain. The search for the missing star was now his purpose, and with every step, Tom's courage grew brighter than ever before. The next morning, Tom visited his wise grandfather, a former explorer. Tom shared his worry, and his grandfather listened with understanding. From an old chest, his grandfather produced a whispering map. Its lines shimmered, and faint whispers filled the air. The map, his grandfather explained, guides seekers by heart, not by roads. It revealed the star was stolen by a shadow in the ancient Whispering Woods. With the map's whispers urging him on, Tom packed essentials and said goodbye. His grandfather wished him courage for the journey ahead. Tom stepped onto the winding road, the map warm in his pocket, a promise of guidance. The adventure to reclaim the guiding star had truly begun. Tom's path led him into the Whispering Woods, a place shrouded in legend and mystery, where few dared to wander after dusk. Here, towering trees blocked out the sun, their twisted branches weaving a canopy so thick that daylight barely touched the mossy ground, and silence reigned like a heavy blanket. The map's whispers grew stronger, curling around Tom's thoughts, guiding him deeper into the shadows with every hesitant step. But another presence lurked, a cold, lonely shadow, glimpsed only from the corner of his eye, always just out of reach, yet never far behind. The shadow moved silently, its sadness chilling the air and making Tom's breath visible in the sudden cold. It was the thief of the guiding star, a creature of sorrow, not just darkness, its presence heavy with regret and longing. As Tom pressed on, the shadow grew bolder, crossing his path and draining his courage, its form flickering between the trees like a living nightmare. Fear threatened to overwhelm him, but Tom clung to hope, gripping the small token in his hand that reminded him of home. One dusk, as Tom rested beneath the ancient trees, the shadow appeared before him, tall, formless, radiating despair and loneliness that seemed to seep into Tom's bones. Frozen with fear, Tom faced the creature that had stolen his star, his heart pounding as he struggled to find his voice. The woods seemed to close in, hopelessness settling over him like a suffocating fog, every tree a silent witness to his despair. Alone and lost, Tom's journey seemed at its end, his spirit nearly broken by the weight of the darkness. But the story was not over yet. In the heart of the woods, even the deepest night can give way to dawn. Suddenly, a golden light cut through the darkness, brighter and warmer than anything the forest had seen in ages. It shimmered between the ancient trees, casting away the cold shadows that crept along the mossy ground. "Leave him alone," a girl's voice rang out, clear and unwavering, echoing through the silent woods like a promise of hope. A girl named Lily, holding a lantern glowing like 1,000 fireflies, stood bravely before the shadow. The lantern's golden glow wrapped around her, making her seem almost magical in the gloom. Beside her was Finn, a red fox with clever, knowing eyes. His fur gleamed in the lantern light, and his alert gaze missed nothing. The lantern's light forced the shadow to retreat, shrinking away from its warmth, and Finn's sharp bark sent it fleeing deeper into the woods, its form dissolving into mist. Lily approached Tom, her kindness steadying him. She knelt beside him, offering a gentle smile and a reassuring hand. She introduced herself and Finn, explaining they watched over the woods and knew the shadow's sorrow. Finn wagged his tail, as if to say Tom was safe now. The shadow, she said, had stolen the star out of loneliness, not malice. It longed for light and company, just as they did. Lily had been searching for a way to help the shadow and restore the star, hoping to bring peace back to the forest. Meeting Tom, she realized they shared the same goal. Both wanted to heal the woods and bring back the lost light. Together, with Finn's guidance, they formed a team, brave, hopeful, and determined to face whatever lay ahead. Tom was no longer alone. Hope returned, and he felt courage blooming inside him for the first time. Friendship and courage would light their way, guiding them through the darkest parts of the forest. The journey to save the guiding star continued, stronger now, with new allies and a shared purpose. The darkness had met its match, and the forest's hope shone brighter than ever before. Under the lantern's glow, Tom, Lily, and Finn shared stories and hopes. The whispering map hummed with new energy in Lily's hands. Lily explained the shadow's loneliness and the fading star. "We can't fight darkness with anger," she said. "We must show it the light it's forgotten." Finn, clever as ever, revealed a secret path to the shadow's lair, the heart of the woods. The path was filled with illusions of fear, but Finn could see through them. Lily's lantern would light the way. Tom's courage would break the shadow's spells. United by purpose, they set out, not as warriors, but as healers. Together, they would face the heart of darkness. Guided by Finn, the friends ventured deeper, illusions of fear rising around them. Shadows twisted into frightening shapes, whispering despair. Lily's lantern dissolved the darkness, revealing the true path. When fear threatened to stop them, Tom remembered his promise and pressed on. His courage broke the shadow's illusions, step by step. At last, they reached a dark cave, the heart of the woods. Inside, the guiding star flickered weakly in the shadow's grasp. The air was thick with loneliness, but the friends stood together. This was the final test, to face the shadow, not with force, but with friendship. They entered the cave, hearts united. The shadow loomed, sorrowful and afraid. Tom stood tall, no longer a frightened boy, but a friend determined to heal. The true battle was not against darkness, but for hope. Tom stepped forward, offering his hand in peace. "You must be so lonely," he said gently. The shadow, surprised by kindness, hesitated. Lily raised her lantern, its light warm and inviting. "We can be your friends," she promised. Finn nudged the shadow, a gesture of trust. Slowly the shadow released the fading star. Lily's lantern and Tom's hope rekindled its light. The star grew brighter, filling the cave with warmth. The shadow's darkness softened, transforming into gentle grey. Healed, the shadow became a peaceful spirit of the woods. The guiding star soared back to its place above the mountain. Tom, Lily, and Finn watched it shine, their friendship the true light. Tom's journey proved that courage and kindness can heal even the deepest darkness.